What piece of advice, if you gave one piece of advice around high school, what would you tell the high schoolers over there?
Oh, there's so much, which is why I make so much content on TikTok. And we all remember, when you're like 15, 16, like you don't realize that you're not even born yet. Like they literally are sitting there thinking they're getting close to having to have their shit figured out. Kids, I got a big one for you. You know how your parents and teachers are telling you like, you gotta get fucking focused, you gotta figure out your shit? You're not gonna believe this, it's really fucking funny. None of them have their shit figured out. None. So what I would tell them is, and I would tell this to a lot of people in this room, especially looking at the 20, 30, and 40-year-old, 50, 60-year-old faces, we have such a bad relationship with time. It's a big passion of mine. I know that people that follow me here know how much I pound this. With modern medicine, do you know that they're gonna live to 130?
Yeah.
Like real shit. Like, I don't know if anyone's paying attention to what's going on. It's crazy. Modern medicine is moving fast. We are figuring out a ton of shit. Like people, like literally if you're 12, 14, 15, 16, $110, $115, $120, $130, for real. And before you're like, nah, just do your homework. Look at what's been happening. 85, are you kidding me? If somebody lived to 60, in the 1970s, they were like, you fucking made it. So what I would tell them is, and I would tell a lot of you, and this goes back to like, this is gonna be a fun one, because I'll tell them and then I'm gonna you. For them, they need to be high risk.
Yeah.
They need to follow their actual dream, actually. They need to mitigate regret. You know what is really hurting for a lot of people in here? The shit they didn't do at 20 and 30 that they wanted to. Right? Because they thought they were supposed to, or their mommy made them do it, or society told us. I get it. Shit, when I was a kid, like entrepreneurship wasn't even a thing. At 14, 15, 16, everyone told me, besides my mom, that I was gonna be a loser because I got D's and F's. Kids, I got D's and F's. Like, you know, like, we didn't have you know who Gary Vee is online? Besides trying to make my mom proud, he's the person I wish existed for me when I was 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Which is why I talk about the bullshit of Nike. Like I needed someone to look up to. There's too many people that say win at all costs, kill everybody, fuck you. I don't believe in that shit. I believe there's two ways to build the biggest building in town. One, just have the fucking talent to do it. Or two, like most people, tear down everybody else's building.
Yep.
And so I think about that, and I want to be that role model. I want to be that person for 15-year-old me if they happen to sit there. But if you're a musician, if you want to be a stay-at-home dad, if you want to coach Little League, I don't know what you're about, but whatever it is, at this age, for the next 20 years, nothing but that. And then, if you didn't have the talent, if it didn't bounce your way, if you weren't good enough, if it just didn't click, then at the ripe age of 33, you can go get a regular job.
Yeah.
And for this crew, I wish they knew what 50 is in today's world.
Yeah.
When people are like, it's over. What's over? You're gonna be 30, 40 more, like what, you're just gonna dwell for 30 years? I wish people knew that the number one thing they should do right now, if they're not enjoying it, though I don't know if you heard, everyone's happy in here.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
But if you're one of those two people that didn't clap, if you're not pumped with what you do you understand how much time we spend on working? When add sleeping and then figure out how much work is your life, it's the majority of your life. If you don't like it, you're making a mistake. And I understand, fuck you, Gary, that's dream shit. I got a mortgage, I get it. But I don't understand why people don't fight for their happiness.
Yeah.
And let me go into detail. Let me go into detail. In my way of seeing the world, if you can't quit your thing to go try to do another thing, you start looking at everything that costs you money. If you're actually miserable, real talk, like if you don't wake up on Monday and you're like, yeah, right? Like people that live for Friday evening, that's not life. If you're one of those people, the first thing you look at is, do you own a home? If you own a home and you're not happy, like really not happy, but you can't afford to jump, I think it's a debate to say, let me sell this home, let me take out the equity, give me a year, I'll have the humility, right? I'll go back to an apartment, I'll go to a smaller home, I'll rent a smaller home, but we don't do it because we're worried about judgment. Most of you will not do the thing you should do to get to happiness because you don't want to be embarrassed. And that fucks me up. It's like sports. Most of you are living your life. Can you imagine if every athlete reacted to every time they were booed? When you're an athlete, you don't even hear the fucking crowd. When people try to tell me or judge me on what I'm doing, I'm like, motherfucker, you're in the crowd eating popcorn. I'm fucking playing. So if you need to fucking sell your home because you bought a home that was too big for your skis, and you, the realtors are motherfuckers, aren't they? And you have a home that has, I don't know, 4 rooms that you never fucking use, and it's fucking you up because that mortgage is fucking you up, and your lease is a fucking Tesla, and you go on 3 vacations for the fucking photos on the gram to show people you're winning on the outside, and you're actually losing on the inside. Swallow some fucking humility and fight for your happiness.